Good Saturday morning. I'm Jenna Webster in for Matthew Foltz. We've got kind of a more calm day compared to yesterday.
Yes, it was such a wild day with all of those high wind gusts exceeding 60 to even some reports of 80 plus miles per hour outside of a thunderstorm. Just some rare setup.
Yeah, I was walking around and there was a couple times I just thought the wind was going to pick me up and take me away.
You and all the road signs out there that are blown over. So we are shutting down that wind machine today. That low pressure is tracking off to the northeast. High pressure zone now moving in for us, which means things are going to quiet down, at least temporarily, because tomorrow we're going to ramp things right back up. Can't really get a break this spring. It's been very active, and we're not even officially into the spring season just yet. Temperature-wise, running a little cooler out there this morning. Some spots falling back near the freezing mark from Newcastle up to Muncie, currently sitting at 31. We've got 32 out at the Mount Comfort Airport, 37 in Greenwood, and out at the Indianapolis International Airport, 36 current temperature there. So a little cooler as we get our day started. We're now on the backside of that wind machine, that low pressure zone. Shifting our wind direction out of the north briefly for today. So that is going to hinder our temperature a bit with highs near 50, which is actually pretty close to where we should be at this point in the season. Now, we do have a quick wave of some light moisture. This might bring a stray flurry to western Indiana, perhaps a stray sprinkle to the rest of central Indiana through about noon today. But then that's all going to move out. We're going to see mainly dry conditions later on this afternoon as we approach the 50-degree mark for a high. Again, tomorrow, that's when things become more active. Much warmer air headed in our direction. Most of us see highs in the low 70s on Sunday. Coming up, we're going to be talking about the latest from the Storm Prediction Center, the latest storm timeline, and those highest threats in the full forecast.
New this morning, the family of an 18-year-old man that's been reported missing for a week now confirms they found his body. The family of Travion Pirtle conducted a search for him yesterday evening and then later confirmed they found him. At this time, though, IMPD has not confirmed the body is Pirtle's. He was last seen last Saturday near 36th and Cedar Pine Lane, not far from where his body was reportedly found. Family members say he was at a friend's house near 38th and German Church Road the day he disappeared. They said the friend's family told them Pirtle ran out of the house, leaving his shoes, phone, and car behind. Once we learn more from IMPD on this investigation, we'll be sure to pass along that information. This morning, Metro Police are working to learn what led up to a shooting that left one person dead and another injured. Police say they got a call about a disturbance near 32nd and Central just after 8 o'clock last night. That's where they found two male victims with gunshot wounds. One of them died at the scene and the other was taken to Eskenazi at last check in critical condition. Detectives say they believe this started as a fight between up to 10 people, but it's not clear what led to shots being fired. Police are asking anyone with information on the shooting to call the department or Crime Stoppers if you want to stay anonymous. This weekend, IMPD is enforcing its curfew laws ahead of spring break. Our Alex Almanza is breaking down the efforts to help keep kids safe.
Indy's nightlife grows louder as the sun sets downtown. 20-somethings catching the payday on food, drinks, and a night out. But for younger teens, police say the rules are different. This week, IMPD says it will be enforcing the state's curfew law for those under 18, quote, when necessary.
IMPD can't do this alone, and our kids are worth it, and it will take all of us to make sure that they stay safe.
Metro Police saying current state law doesn't allow kids between 15 and 17 to be out past 1 a.m. on weekends and after 11 p.m. on school nights. For kids 15 and under, it's back home by 11 each night. Kids found out past their curfew without an adult, they could be taken to a safe location known as the Connection Center.
Youth will be met with care, provided snacks and drinks, and we can surround them with resources and people who are trained to help youth find alternative recreational opportunities.
Those resources include an organization called Inner Beauty Program, Inc., which helps mentor teen girls. Crystal Hines is the founder and CEO.
They're usually downtown because they don't know what to do. They're usually, in spaces where they could get in trouble because they don't know what the options are out there.
She says her program gives them options. Ninth grader Kylie Ellis says the program has helped her become a young woman.
Because there's a lot of people here that's dealing with different types of situations, just different types of stuff. When they go home and they come here and they feel like it's a safe place for them to express themselves.
Community leaders say they don't intend to arrest kids or even create a criminal record. They just want to make sure that teens are safe and that parents are involved. In downtown Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
IMPD is also launching a new initiative this week called Operation Future Impact. The department teamed up with Marion County Probation for home visit compliance checks on juveniles under court-ordered supervision. During those checks, police say they seized 14 guns and nearly 700 grams worth of drugs. They also did arrest 4 juveniles. IMPD says the point of this effort is to connect young people with support to change the path they're on. Right now, an IMPD officer is suspended and facing a preliminary battery charge. This comes after police say he got into a fight inside an Indianapolis gym. The officer was off duty at the time. This happened back in February near 62nd and Keystone. Police say the officer and another man were both injured in the fight. Yesterday, an arrest warrant was issued and the officer surrendered. Now, according to IMPD, the officer is suspended without pay pending termination. He does not currently have any police powers. The family of a man who died in IMPD custody has reached a settlement in their federal lawsuit against the city. An attorney for Herman Whitfield's family tells 13 News he can't disclose the financial terms, but he did release this statement saying, quote, "The Whitfields are satisfied with the settlement. They are devastated by the loss of their son and hopeful their efforts will make this type of tragedy less likely to occur in the future." IMPD officers got called to Whitfield's home in April of 2022 for a mental health crisis. The 39-year-old died after he was tased, handcuffed, and left face down on the floor. You're looking at body camera video right now. A grand jury indicted 2 officers for involuntary manslaughter and other charges. A jury found them not guilty. 13 News has filed a request for a copy of the settlement agreement. In a statement, a city spokesperson says the matter has been resolved to the, quote, mutual satisfaction of both parties. In Muncie now, a mother was just convicted for the death of her 5-year-old daughter after the girl's older brother accidentally shot her. The woman on your screen, Kimberly Grayson, was taking a nap when her 6-year-old son got into a gun safe, started playing with the gun, and shot his sister. Sentencing is set for April 13th. Investigators just identified a man found dead in a Westfield home. They say 47-year-old James Lushin had apparent trauma, but police have not said exactly how he died. Police made the discovery just before 7:30 Thursday night at a house on Westfield Road. They're calling the situation isolated and are urging anyone with information about what happened to come forward. Right now, Indianapolis Public Schools is warning of budget challenges ahead. District leaders say they're facing a $7 million drop in funding and budget cuts could be coming. Our Ashton Hackman explains what's behind it.
IPS says a $7 million funding gap is forcing the district to take a hard look at their budgets for next school year. Right now, district leaders are figuring out where those budget cuts might happen. Another school year is winding down, but the budget conversation for the next one is already underway.
It's not a business, it's a community asset.
Parents like Courtney Hawk, who has a 3rd grader at IPS School 27, are watching the budget talks closely. IPS leaders say the district is facing a $7 million funding gap heading into next school year.
This funding gap is requiring school districts across our state to make tough budget decisions, and this will be the case for IPS as well.
In a video message, IPS Superintendent Dr. Alicia Johnson says a mix of state and federal funding changes, along with declining enrollment, is driving the shortfall. Enrollment has been a challenge for years. IPS has lost about 10,000 students in the past decade, with just under 20,000 enrolled this school year.
The district, I think, needs to do more to see, why are kids leaving? Are they going to other schools in the district? Is there, now universal vouchers, are we losing to private schools?
IPS already allocates money to each school based on enrollment. Superintendent Johnson says the district has started aligning school budgets more closely with those numbers, but district leaders haven't said where cuts could happen. IPS is also exploring ways to bring in more funding. One possibility, asking voters to approve a new school referendum. The district says those conversations are still in early stages. In a statement, IPS says we have tough choices to make as a district and with the community. Every option is on the table. Hawk hopes families will be included in those conversations.
No one wants to be in that seat looking at the numbers and saying we don't have enough, but let us into that. Let us know where else you considered cuts.
IPS leaders say that process is just starting. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
The St. Patrick's Day festivities are just getting started here in Indy. It all began with the 44th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Marching bands, IMPD, and hundreds of Hoosiers lined Pennsylvania and Meridian, braving the wind gusts wearing their Irish attire. The tent party was also popular with food and drinks. The party all continues today with the 5K Shamrock Walk and Run.